Hello and welcome to Epiphany Pride. To create this blanket, we will start by crocheting squares. I did 48 in total using standard DK yarn and a 3mm hook. At the end of the video, I will explain how to stitch the squares together, but for now let's try and crochet one square. Start with a magic ring. Chain 5. Treble crochet into the magic ring. Chain 2 and treble crochet into the magic ring. Continue to chain 2 and treble crochet until you have 7 treble crochets in the magic ring. The chains we did at the beginning will serve as an additional treble, so now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trebles in total. Pull the short yarn end to tighten the magic ring. And slip stitch into the third chain. Slip stitch around the chains and chain 3. These 3 chains will serve as a treble crochet. Continue to crochet another 4 trebles around the same chains. To create the first popcorn stitch, pull the last stitch and remove the hook from the loop. Go back to the beginning of round 2 and place the hook into the third chain. Hook the loop back on and pull through. Then chain 1 to secure the stitch. Chain 3 and crochet 5 treble crochets around the next chains. Pull the last stitch to avoid unraveling and remove the hook from the loop. Place the hook into the first treble crochet of this popcorn stitch and pull through the loop and secure the stitch. Chain 3 and continue to crochet the next popcorn stitch. Repeat this pattern until you return to the beginning of round 2. You should have 8 popcorn stitches in this round, with 3 chains between each popcorn stitch. Slip stitch in the third chain. Then slip stitch in the popcorn stitch and another slip stitch around the chains. Chain 3, 2 treble crochet. Then chain 3 and crochet a popcorn stitch around the next chains. Chain 3 and another popcorn stitch around the same chains. Chain 3 and crochet 3 trebles. Chain 3 and crochet a full treble cluster around the next chains. To create a cluster, don't complete the trebles. Pull the yarn through 2 loops only. One and 2. Then pull the yarn through all 5 loops and secure the stitch. Chain 3 and crochet another cluster around the same chains. One and 2. Pull through all 5 and secure. Chain 3 and crochet 3 trebles. Chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, 3 trebles, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, slip stitch into the third chain. Chain 3, treble crochet into the same stitch, treble crochet, and treble crochet 2 into the following stitch. Chain 3 and popcorn stitch around the chains. Now chain 5 and another popcorn stitch around the same chains. Chain 3 to treble crochet in the next stitch, one treble crochet and 2 treble crochet in the following stitch. Chain 3, crochet a cluster, chain 5 and crochet another cluster. Chain 3, 2 trebles in the same stitch, one treble, 2 trebles in the same stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 5, popcorn stitch, chain 3, 2 trebles in the same stitch, one treble, 2 trebles in the same stitch, chain 3, popcorn, chain 5, popcorn, chain 3, slip stitch in the third chain, chain 3 and treble crochet into the same stitch. treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, treble crochet 1 and treble crochet 2 into the following stitch. Chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3 and crochet a third popcorn stitch. Chain 3, 2 treble crochet into the same stitch, one treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, treble crochet 1 and treble crochet 2 into the same stitch. Chain 3, cluster, chain 3, cluster, chain 3 and a third cluster, chain 3 and repeat 2 trebles into the same stitch, one treble, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet 1 and treble crochet 2 into the same stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, 2 trebles into the same stitch, one treble, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet 1 and treble crochet 2 into the same stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, Chain 3, slip stitch into the third chain. Chain 3, 1 treble into the same stitch. One treble, one more treble, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, treble 1, treble 1 more, and 2 treble into the same stitch. Chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch around the next chains, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, two trebles into the same stitch, one treble, one more treble, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, treble 1, treble 1 more, and 2 trebles into the same stitch. Chain 3, cluster stitch, chain 3, cluster stitch, chain 3, cluster stitch around the next chains, chain 3, cluster stitch, chain 3, 2 treble into the same stitch, 1 treble, 1 more treble, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, treble 1, treble 1 more, and 2 treble into the same stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch around the next chains, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, 2 trebles into the same stitch, 1 treble, 1 more treble, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, treble 1, treble 1 more, and 2 trebles into the same stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, popcorn stitch around the next chains, chain 3, popcorn stitch, chain 3, slip stitch into the third chain, and we are almost done. Now the last thing left is to cut off the yarn. Pull through to secure it and hide the remaining loose ends using a sewing needle. This is the method that I used to stitch the squares together. Create a starting loop as you normally would. Go through the back stitch of one square and then the back stitch of the other square. Slip stitch through all loops. Repeat this throughout the whole blanket. Through one square, through the other square. Slip stitch through the loops. This will create a neat seam. Use this method to connect both trebles and chains. Keep checking to ensure the patterns of all squares are aligned. Sometimes I had to skip a chain to ensure the pattern is aligned, but that's completely fine. Now let's take a look at how I orientated the squares for this blanket. As you can see in this picture, all cluster stitches are facing to the center. This creates a nice flat circle. Let's call these 4 squares together a master square. The size of the blanket will have to be measured in master squares to keep the pattern. I used 12 master squares for my blanket, that's 48 individual squares. The highlighted areas are cluster stitches to show the square's orientation. The red lines indicate where I stitched the squares together. As you can see, I left gaps where the cluster stitches meet. I filled these gaps with double crochet stitches. I simply crocheted around in a circle with 2 double crochets around each chain row. I used a fluffy yarn for this. The border is also made up of double crochets using the same fluffy yarn. 2 double crochets where the chains are, skipped a stitch for the trebles, and did 5 double crochets for the corners. Please note, The amount of stitches might vary depending on how thick the yarn is you are using, therefore keep checking as you crochet to ensure the stitches aren't too tight or too loose. Also remember to switch the hook size when changing yarn. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have found this video helpful. Take care!